watching my dad, he was someone who worked extremely hard, but he played hard too. Being your own business owner allows you to have some free time when you need it sometimes, and so you're able to kind of, I remember my dad working really hard. I remember being gone a lot working, but when he was around and he was very interested in our family, and our family life was really good. I never felt like I didn't have a dad around, and so that's what I wanted, and that's what I'm trying to emulate is in my Culver's experience is the same types of things. So I originally looked, there was a little bit of research in McDonald's, but mainly looked at a Five Guys opportunity actually, and that ended up being kind of a failed attempt for us, and so we ended up going from that into Culver's, and we've been very happy that we did. There's a few things I really liked. I liked the owner-operator mentality that Culver's requires their operators to be present, engaged, and so they do require an extensive training program, and that's what I had to go through, is this extensive training program. But I liked that aspect because I knew that other operators, you're only as good as your weakest link. And other operators I knew were going to have to go through that extensive training as well. So I knew that it would be a brand that would be protected in that way. But the thing that attracted me to Culver's most, besides the food, was kind of that hospitality and their culture of just, people culture. And that's a lot of what I've learned in my experiences, that it's really all about the people. Yeah, my experience has really led me to several points, and these three stood out the most. But to be a successful entrepreneur or business owner, you've really got to be willing to take risks, and I kind of expound on that and say, smart risks. And then you've got to be humble, teachable, and patient, because the process is always longer and more discouraging than you think it's going to be. And then my last one is exactly what we just talked about, is it's all about the people. You've got to take care of the people you work with. You've got to take care of the people you're serving, and really that's what it's all about. One of the slides I showed today in the presentation was just at our opening, and there's a picture there of my daughter as our first customer, and that to me was a special moment, just because you work so hard to get these businesses going. It's such a discouraging experience at sometimes, but to have that realization that you're finally kind of where you've worked to be, and to have your family there with you, and so that experience, having my daughter pay the first dollar into our company, and was just a really neat experience and fun time. So several, there's a lot of challenges, that come from just the development of the land, of getting the land ready to build. There's a lot of challenges that come with building. There's a lot of challenges that come with training and banks and lending and things like that. But overall, the biggest challenge that I didn't expect was just, the challenge of the people and the variable aspect there of how, you can lose people so quickly. You can have, the challenge of just managing people is probably the most difficult thing I do every day, of, making sure the restaurant's staffed, making sure people are where they need to be, and that they're working hard and getting the guests served the way they need to be is probably the biggest challenge that I didn't expect. Between two restaurants, I employ about 100 to, right now about 80. In the summer, it'll bump up to about 120, so kind of that average of 100 people at all times. So obviously it's going to be kind of that, the go-getters, the self-starters, the self-doers that, you don't need to tell them every 2 minutes what to do. And especially in a restaurant industry, you've got these peaks where you're really busy and then it slows down. You want the people who's not only giving good service when it's busy, but then find something to do when it's not, whether they're cleaning or stocking. So you look for people who are motivated to get things done, and who want to succeed and have goals in life.